the best wrestling TV, and of course we got the Wrestling Gap in the building. Yes,
Hi,
Wrestling
everybody.
Gap is in the building, and as usual, the moment you see Wrestling Gap in the building, you're the best together. You're about to know, of course, it's a prediction stream to go down. AEW All Out.
It is that time.
It definitely is for the pay-per-view that's happening tomorrow, September 5th at, what, 7 p.m.
I would assume.
Eastern?
Yeah, it'll probably be the pre-show. The buy-in is what they call their pre-shows.
Right. I don't know what's going to be on the buy-in. Do we know what's going to be on the buy-in?
Yeah, they've told us. That's why they moved the women's match to the main event.
Oh, which one's going to be the buy-in then?
I don't know. I'd have to see the list of.
There's the list.
Jerk. It has to be a tag team. I think it was an 8-man tag team match or something.
Oh, so it's something completely different?
Right.
Okay.
And I thought it was on there.
But it was not on
Is
the
Joe
list on
doing
Dan's.
okay over here?
I don't know. Can you hear us okay, Joe?
Okay.
I'm good.
Just making sure you're.
He's just smiling away over there, just not talking. Just making sure.
Because I'm hearing you guys. No, I'm hearing what you guys want.
Well, I was waiting for the buy-in,
to,
and I didn't see it on her list is all.
And I don't know who's all in it. So, because I looked up the card this morning, and the one I looked at was on DAZN, and I didn't see it on there. So, the AEW All Out 2021 match card. It was one of the top ones that came up, so I didn't even think about it. We're just looking up the real quick.
Trying to find the buy-in.
The buy-in. That's usually their pre-show matches. To see.
Yeah, I feel like the buy-in is only for the.
No,
ladies,
it was gonna
right?
be, and then they took the Flippy guy and Andrade off.
Pac and Andrade.
Pac and Andrade off because the COVID restrictions. They moved that to next Friday's Rampage, and then they added the women's casino buy-in battle royal thing to the main roster, and then I thought they put a.
Yeah, it was like the Jungle Express.
Well, they're fighting. Aren't they?
No,
no, they lost. So yeah,
the Jungle Express. And somebody else with them against.
It's right here.
Matt.
Right.
Oh, Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor,
like
Wheeler, Utah, and Jurassic Express versus Matt Hardy, Private Party, Jack Evans, and Angelico.
Okay, so hold on a second.
Is that 10? Is that 10 tag team match?
It looks like it's 10 because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So
man.
it's 10 man. Okay. So hold on a second. Give me.
Oh, it's right here too.
I just want the names.
It's all good. It's all good.
Utah.
No worries.
Jurassic Express.
I can see right, of course, we got Mega Flint in the building. Thomas is in the building. Hey, Thomas, great to see you too, bro. Thank you so much for joining.
Yes, we have some people in ours. We have Janelle Jackson out there. Hey, Walter's with us. We also have Sophie with us this morning or this afternoon, whatever it is for everybody out there, or evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We're going to do a quick prediction show for the AEW pay-per-view All Out. I'm just writing down a match that I missed, which is the buy-in, which is their pre-show stuff. And, okay, we're good. All right, so you ready over there, Joe? Awesome.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm
let's
ready.
go. All right, so of course, this is for the AEW All Out pay-per-view 2021 pay-per-view that's happening tomorrow, September 5th at, 7 p.m. Eastern time?
7:30 p.m. Eastern.
Somewhere around there. They're going to have a buy-in show, which is their pre-show stuff. That match is going to be a 10-man tag match. And it's going to be between Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, Wheeler Yuta, and Jurassic Express versus Matt Hardy, Private Party, Jack Evans, and Angelico. Angelico. All right, so Joe, who do you think, which side of the team are you going to go for on this one?
Wow. Let's start off with Thomas. Let's start, of course, with... I just called you Thomas. Oh, my God. Let's start
Okay.
with
Oh my God, Travis the Judge is the first. All right, that's cool. We can do him first.
Yeah, I mistakenly Thomas.
Fantastic. I like that.
Not bad,
It's like the guy with the glove with all the stones.
Oh yeah.
Thanos. Close enough.
Oh my
I'll take it.
That guy.
Anyways, I'm gonna go with Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, Wheeler Yuta, and the Jurassic Express, just because it makes a little bit more sense to start the show off with those guys.
Okay, I'm just gonna call it the Orange Cassidy team and the Matt Hardy team. So, all right.
I'm with you guys. I'm with you guys on that one.
Yeah.
I'm with you guys.
All right.
Orange Cassidy, man, with the best friends, they're good. They're good together as a team, so definitely.
I'm actually going to go for them winning also. Not that I don't like Matt Hardy and his little weird group that he has going on, but they all kind of seem like they're kind of like weird little, not that great. I don't know. I mean, I guess Private Party's pretty good. Like theirs isn't bad. Is the other half a Private Party? No, that was a different group, huh? Private Party's the one with the youngest Cassidy. Guy in wrestling.
No.
That was the other one.
Yeah, I don't know who.
Have we seen
Dimitri Young's the youngest guy.
Oh, he's not part of Private Party though. He's part of the other group. Okay, the one that has the Max Caster. That.
I don't think he's in that group either.
Is he not?
He was in a group. I don't remember who his tag team partner was, but he is no longer. He's always by himself now. He's the one that he tried to come down and get in the cage when they lowered the cage and they were beating everybody up. He was the first one down to try to get in the cage.
That's right. Okay, yeah. And the guy that's his partner is his brother. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to go with Orange Cassidy. All right, Joe, anybody in your chat saying who they're going to go with?
Yes, I can see Thomas says he's got, of course, Cassidy's team. Definitely Orange Cassidy's team. Awesome, AK in the building. How you doing? Says, of course, Team Cassidy also for the win.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. That's fine. We've got Rory in the chat with us and Mega Flint asking if they can join. Of course you can join us for our prediction show. Please do.
Hang out with us.
It looks like we've got Sophie saying Orange Cassidy went from being on the main All Out card by this year and something, but not saying stuff. So Walter says AEW, they might have surprises. See if I can. Janelle Jackson says he's going with Team Orange Cassidy, and Walter says he's going to go with Orange Cassidy Team 5 men to win. Awesome. Okay,
yeah,
let me see.
Sounds like a fantastic
So it looks like
match going on. We're all going to lose. Matt Hardy's he's gonna laugh all the way to the bank, but
is that what's going to happen? Let's see. I don't see anything. Sophie's trying to say that our stream is saying this is for the WWE Mania pay-per-view predictions, but it actually says AEW All Out Predictions, so I'm not exactly sure where you're seeing that at.
Hopefully it doesn't, but
mine says AEW All Out Predictions.
I have messed up several times on this. AEW All Out Predictions is what mine says.
That's what mine says. All right. Anyways, just want to make sure we were good on that. Okay, well, mine does not say that, Sophie, so I'm not exactly sure where you're seeing that at. So you'll have to be more specific with your information, so if we need to fix it, we can real quick. All right, let's move on then. Do we want to keep that one next then?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, so since Travis got to do that one, I'm sure that we can maybe pick Joe. Now I'll have to get names because I don't know who's all in it. So, Joe, we're going to look up this one real quick so I can have all the names, and then I'll read them all out very slowly for everybody, because we're going to do the Women's Casino Battle Royale next, okay? So just give me a second to find out who's all maybe in it, because I think that they had all of the women's pictures up there the last time there, right there.
You see names, though? I don't see a name. I didn't see one name.
Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. No names on that one.
There's quite a few women in this. I think there's like over 20.
Oh, I see where she's saying. It's in our thing at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
I know where you're seeing it now, Sophie. You're talking about the ticker. You have to say where it's at. It's on the ticker. Not on the actual thing that you can see when you go to YouTube.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to try to find the people in that match because I did not look that part up. Shame on me. Shame for shame.
It's funny that she sees WrestleMania. I don't even see WrestleMania. I see Backlash.
It's right there. WWE WrestleMania Backlash.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Yeah, it's in our little ticker at the bottom underneath our live chat box. So it's like just right there, but on YouTube, like if you go to what we're doing, it says AEW All Out Predictions, so it's just kind of funny. Let's see. I want to look.
Oh yeah, I'm also seeing the same things. Like
that's why I said you have to be more specific where you're seeing it at because there's so many different things.
I'm getting a phone call from some weird.
Yeah, it's okay now. It's okay. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, just yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Pay-per-view. I am looking for the women's casino battle royale names. Let's see if that helps. Let's see if they give me
Why is this on here?
all the people.
Right. That's right where my cut across is.
Just close it. The red
sure
button. Yeah, it'll just close that one. But his is still there. Joe's still there. See?
All right. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah,
I was getting a phone call from live. I don't even know what that is.
Okay, so these are...
Yeah, on Skype. I'm like,
like some unknown weird number. Okay, so here is the Women's Battle Royale. Okay, this is the names, okay? Whew, listen closely, everybody, because there's a lot of them. All right, we have Riho, Anna Jay, Kira Hogan, Jade Cargill, Abaddon, Kylin King, Layla Hirsch, Nyla Rose, Julia Hart, Big Swole, The Bunny, Red Velvet, Thunder Rosa, Tay Conte, Penelope Ford, Diamante, Rebel, Jamie Hayter, Emi Sakura, Hiroku Shida. And there is a prediction that Ruby Soho will be making her debut during the Women's Casino Battle Royale. So, out of all those people, Joe, who do you predict is going to win it? The winner goes on to face Britt Baker for the title, I think.
To be honest, so that one is a little bit of tricky, but I like it. Potential ladies, of course, stay in that match, which is great.
Fantastic.
They're all great. They're all amazing. But I would love to see Rebel take the victory, at least to see that break of the Dr. Britt Baker's faction. See a little bit of that break off between them being together as a team. Trying to bring something different in the women's division. But if of course, what's her name again? The lady, she's a former WWE superstar, the one that she's supposed to be back.
Ruby Riott, Ruby Soho.
Yeah, yes, Ruby Riott, known as Ruby Soho right now. If she debuts, I'm gonna go with her. If she actually makes her debut tomorrow, I'm going for her to win. But if she doesn't, I'm gonna stick with Rebel. Okay,
so are you going to stay with Rebel then? Or that's your guess? or do you?
No, this is the point. We're not sure about Ruby Riott joining AEW.
According to everything, they've actually had advertisements with her in their stuff. So it's actually pretty positive that she's going to. And on DAZN, that was their pick. And I think something that Travis looked up. So a lot of the wrestling community is guessing that she's going to make her debut during that Women's Battle Royale and be there. So
I hate how they give it away. Wouldn't it be so much more exciting if it was exciting?
It would. It would, but, you know, their whole weird surprises thing or whatnot. So, I mean, I don't blame you. If you want to keep with Rebel, that's fine. I'm just saying that it's like, I would say it's probably like a 90% sure thing that she's going to be there.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, because it's not yet confirmed with, you know, Ruby Riott yet, but if she is to make a debut tomorrow, I'm going with Ruby Riott winning. But if she doesn't come out, definitely I'm going to stay with Rebel. So
okay. What about you, Travis?
I'd love to see Anna Jay win.
Okay.
But I'm not. No,
that's not your guess.
No, it's definitely going to be Ruby Riott, Ruby Soho.
Okay. So you're.
But I love what Joe did there. I would have never even thought about it.
He really wants the drama.
Yeah, that drama angle is like, that's exactly what's needed. I just don't know if it's needed today. Maybe they could do that in December or February's pay-per-view.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the person who's trying to come in, it's Mega Flint that's trying to join our thing. The problem with that, Mega Flint, is that we would have to put Joe on hold in order to answer your stuff. So I thought you meant join in, like, as in, like, through the chat and giving us your predictions. So I'm sorry about that. we really want to keep.
Yeah, I don't think we could get
Joe.
all in there.
So we haven't figured out how to, like, add other people into, like, conferencing type calls and stuff like that. But we really want to, you know, keep Joe on the line and not put him on hold, since he is so kind enough to do these predictions with us. Anyways, okay, so.
It's all,
so you're going with who?
Ruby Soho.
Okay.
I'm just going to start calling her Soho because it makes no sense. Ruby Soho does not roll. That does not sound
Just call her Ruby. Just call her old.
Maybe that's her real name. I don't know. And I'm just making fun of some poor innocent child out there.
I have no idea. I do not know. Let's see. So this is, of course, to earn a future shot at the AEW Women's World Title. I am going to throw a little wrench in there, and I'm going to go with Jade Cargill.
Yeah, I have a feeling that...
She probably is going to be doing a different storyline.
I would like her to win that, but I have a feeling how she's going to get eliminated is going to start a new feud for her for a while.
Probably. But I'm just going to pick her for now. All right, Joe, on your side, what's your people saying? And then I'll get to our people in our chat. So everybody be patient. Thank you.
Yes, I can see Thomas says he's going to go with Thunder Rosa. Mega Flint also says he's going to go with Thunder Rosa. So, yes.
Okay. Okay.
And we
all right, that's fine.
I love Thunder Rosa, by the way.
Yes, very good.
And she might be the one that eliminates Cargill because they had some beef on Wednesday.
Right. That's true. They did have some beef on that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Walter is going with Thunder Rosa to win also. And it looks like that. Walter, I can stay for 19 minutes, but Sunday I'll be here for AEW. All right, Walter. We have Jason Michael in the chat. Hey, Jason. Thanks for hanging with us. We aren't starting a match, Jason. We're actually talking about predictions, and the one we're talking about is the Women's Casino Battle Royale.
We're just doing predictions right now.
Let's see.
The actual AEW fight card is tomorrow night.
Vindicator's in the chat. Hey, Vindicator. He's making fun of you for your complicated internet stuff. Oh, and also I think Vindicator's going to go for Abaddon. Oh, wait, he's going for Anna Jay will win, hopefully. So he's going for that. Mega Flint says they're going for Thunder Rosa. Janelle Jackson says, I got Ruby coming in and winning the whole thing. We do have Brandon in the chat. Hey, Brandon, also saying that Ruby's there, going to be there. I'm going for Ruby. Ayla's in the chat. Hey, Ayla. Wow, and Terrence Jefferson says Thunder Rosa. Definitely a classic match with Britt. Awesome. And make sure I didn't miss anybody. Sorry, guys. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody new or something about predictions. Jason Michael says, I've got Jamie Hayter to win to make Britt mad. Good storytelling. And I got Mercedes Martinez as a mystery wrestling gab. Ooh, if you're going to try to say Mercedes Martinez instead of Ruby,
she could go right to the top.
That would be interesting, definitely. Walter saying Thunder Rosa, which I got him. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Randy Sam is like, Jade Cargill is a winner to win this, and my mystery entrant is going to be Peyton Royce, the inspiration, or a big swerve AJ Lee music hits, in my opinion. Awesome.
Oh, can you imagine if he brought his woman with him?
Everybody would shit their pants and
Wow.
It would be a bigger reaction than when he showed.
They would have a riot happening. It's Chicago. I mean, they are going to be in Chicago, everybody. So the riots are going to happen and everybody's going to freak out. All right, Randy Sam says, hi. Hey, Randy. Thanks for hanging with us and giving us the thing. Jeff Samuels in the chat. Hey, Jeff, saying I got Thunder Rosa to win. And okay. All right. Okay, that's everybody for their predictions. Hi, everybody. I'll try to get to everybody's name in case I missed anybody, but I think I got everybody new. Thank you for joining us. Please stick with us. Okay, next on the list of wonderful things we're going to talk about, there should be easy from now on, right? The next match I'm going to say is a Chris Jericho versus MJF. Now, the stipulation on this match is Jericho will retire if he is defeated, meaning not necessarily from wrestling completely, but he will not wrestle in AEW
in-ring
again.
career, yeah.
So it's not really ending his whole career, but he may not wrestle again. But that doesn't mean anything. Rumors are he's going to go to commentating. Rumors out there. All right, so we'll just ask Travis since we
We'll start it out with me.
Joe.
Look, he doesn't want to wake up one morning and say that's the one guy I could never beat. He's already lost to him, what, 3 times?
That's what he said. He said he didn't want to wake up that
That's
day.
from Jericho. I'm going to still go with MJF. So Jericho moves on and does commentating.
Okay. Gonna hand it over to the young guy,
right,
huh?
and then JR can slowly fade out, and then Jericho takes his spot, which I think is the plans for the future anyways.
I think so, too, a little bit. All right, Joe, what do you think?
Gotta agree with Travis on that one. Chris Jericho has to stop fighting right now. So he's supposed to be doing his tour with Fozzy and all that. So I don't see Chris Jericho winning. So MJF is still picking up the victory. MJF is still gonna destroy Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go with MJF too, actually, because I think that that's probably what might possibly happen. Although, in a way, I kind of wonder, because AEW sometimes throws those little weird twists out there of, like him winning, but he's like, but I will still not wrestle, or something weird like that. Like, he'll win and be the top guy and the winner, and he'll go out on top or something like that.
Goes out with a W.
I'm going to change I'm going to go with Chris Jericho. I'm changing my mind. I'm going with Chris Jericho. End of story. Done. Complete. All right. In your chat, Joe, who do you got, and what are they talking about? What they saying?
Yeah, shout out, of course, right there to Messiah is in the building. Oof Boy is in the building. Thomas says, of course, MJF for the win. Messiah says Jericho needs to win. I can see, of course, right there, Messiah says, of course, says like, Thomas, you want, of course, Jericho to retire. He's not really going to retire the way you guys say it, but, it is what it is. Oof Boy says MJF. Mega Flea says Jericho for the win. Messiah, Jericho for the win. Oof Boy says MJF. Thomas like, yes, Messiah, of course, he has his Fozzy tour coming up, and of course, he's done everything he can do in wrestling. There you go, Thomas. Great thought. Yes.
Fantastic.
He's done everything there is to do except for retire.
Yeah, basically. Right?
Yeah.
So we have Ravi in the chat. Hey, Ravi, Vindicator is talking about CM Punk is only going to influence Chicago area riots, which doesn't surprise me. It was like, okay, enjoy the stream. I'm out. See you tomorrow for poop talking and a sprinkle of wrestling. Sweet. Walter's going for Chris Jericho to win. Ravi says MJF is such a card with his sarcastic ways. Mega Flint's going with Jericho. Jeff Samuels is going with Chris Jericho. And Ravi says MJF will cheat to win. But Chanel says MJF for the win. So, and a lot of people are going for MJF, but we do have some Chris Jericho fans out there or think that he should go out on a win.
Yes. But still go out.
Right.
I think we're all on the same page that he's leaving.
Yes, like there's got to be, something he's got to do. SC Williams is in the chat. Hey, SC, saying MJF wins and then shenanigans with a stable and then everybody brawl and then light goes out. And MLW guys in there beat up Jericho. Hammerstone and Richard Holiday Forbidden Door is open. Ah!
There you go.
All right.
The Forbidden Door.
And Maj Raju is in the chat. Hey, Maj says, hey, Wrestling Gab, MJF wins. Sweet.
Perfect. Great pick.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the next prediction match on the card. Now, again, everybody knows, like, the match cards are subject to change, so if anything changes and stuff like that, that's just, how it goes. All right, I'm going to go with Miro versus Eddie Kingston match. This is actually for Miro's AEW TNT title. Joe, who do you think is going to win this?
He's still retaining. There's no doubt about Miro retaining his TNT Championship title.
Quick, simple, easy. Yeah.
Are you going with the same answer?
Oh, absolutely.
You're like,
I love me some Eddie Kingston, but he ain't winning that.
Right, and
he also told Miro that his God is not real. Last night.
Oh.
Yeah, last night he says, yeah, I said it.
Oh, no, dude. You don't say that kind of stuff.
Miro's going to kick his ass.
Miro's going to kick his ass. All right, so I'm going to go with Miro also. Not that Eddie Kingston can't hold his own with Miro, and I think it's going to be a good match. But I think that Miro's going to keep his championship just because he really does make a really good champion. He takes on, he does take on a lot of the matches you wouldn't think he would do. And he does sometimes beat the crap out of it, and sometimes he doesn't quite get the upper hand, but he still wins, kind of stuff. But I like Miro's character right now, and I think that it's good for that particular belt. And I'm kind of glad they took the Dark Order, out of it. Because it was just kind of yeah, I'm tired of seeing.
Just a moment, guys. It seems like the stream just stopped.
No.
Well, it seems to be working on our stuff still, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't check your site.
Check out Joe's.
So I don't know. Is it bad, guys?
We're on ours. You're still there and everything.
Yeah, I mean ours is working.
But let's see. Travis is going to your stream
real quick
to see what's up.
You got all these ads on it. So
oh my gosh, seriously.
I'm just teasing. It looks like it's fine. Yeah, you're alive. Everything looks good.
Yeah, I know someone in our chat, Thomas, came in and said Joe is frozen at the moment.
Sure.
So...
I see you fine. I see your hands moving right now.
So, yeah, some people you might just have to, go out and back into his stream. Sometimes that's a YouTube thing, not necessarily Joe's stuff.
So,
yes, you're absolutely good. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, what were we going on? Oh, Miro.
Yeah. So in your chat, Joe, what are people saying besides that you're lagging or frozen? Who are their guesses for that particular matchup?
Yeah. I can see, of course, comments are coming in through. Let me see who we got right there. There we go. Messiah is like, hey, Joe, do you think we might, of course, see Seth Rollins in AEW? Yes, you might see Seth Rollins in AEW when he's 80 years old or 70 years old.
There you go. I'm like,
be a swindler. He'll be a swindler at that point.
I mean, WWE could sell and the stock market could crumble. I'm just saying that anything can happen.
True. That's very true.
And it would be a huge signing.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the biggest signings.
Right.
So Javen Ryder says Jericho for the win. He says, oh, I'm late, but it's okay, man. He says Miro for the win. And Thomas, of course, says, oof, boy. No, Seth will stay, of course, with WWE. We are talking about AEW now. There we go. Thomas like Miro for the win. And Javen says, of course, you all kind of... I'm lagging? Is it lagging? Is it still lagging, guys? Let me know. Messiah says, of course, Eddie Kingston for the win. Brandon Joseph says, of course, says Miro for the win. Javen's like, I just left, of course, and come back. And I am still lagging. Oh, boy. Sorry about that. Wolfpack is in the building. Says hello. Hey, Wolfpack, how you doing, man? I hope you brought in all the packs to your best. I think we're down on my side now. We're down on my side.
And Vindicator saying before he left, he predicts MJF will win as a career booster. But he's leaving. He'll be back tomorrow to hang out with us. Also saying, oh yeah, Lana will surprise everyone and cost Miro the match just to create storyline friction.
Oh,
and with that, I'm out for reals this time. Ooh, Vindicator throwing that drama wrench in there. Anyways, Robbie's going with Miro for the win. Let's see. Anybody else? Janelle says Miro gets the win and retaining the championship. And Ricky Glow is in the chat. Hey, Ricky, saying MJF wins, and then MJF keep on break Jericho arms, and then Sammy comes out and says, stop it, MJF. I'll do anything to help you be the best. Good heel heat for MJF. Awesome. All right, guys. You guys are crazy. Okay. We're going to move on, everybody. Thank you so much. The next one we're going to talk about is Paul White versus QT Marshall. All right, Travis. Who do you got for this one? Who do you think is going to be the winner?
I don't want to insult anybody at home, but oh my God. I don't care about this match at all.
Like, that's kind of why I kind of threw it in there, like in the middle. I should have put it like the first one. Like,
not even a little bit. Like, I don't even understand it. And then not only that, but Paul White got hit in the hip by the Gun Club heading into it.
And then he cried.
Well, he cried.
He literally cried.
Wow.
What a baby.
But what I'm getting at is, like, so he's already crippled up before he goes in. He has no future in wrestling. His future is behind, his past is behind him in wrestling.
Yeah, it should be.
So is he there just to help QT move forward, or is he there to actually literally take away from QT? And I mean, there are some people that love the Big Show, and I don't want to get on them at all, so.
But there comes a point in life when you have to give your body a break. I'm sorry, guys. That's just how it is.
Right, but we don't. Yeah, it's...
People get old.
I have the hardest time with this
like
one.
we always say, it is what it is.
Yeah, this one I have a hard time with because I just don't understand why they would have Paul White even wrestle, except for the kids that like him.
He can't even wrestle well, man.
So I would like to go with QT Marshall, but there's obviously a reason they're using the Big Show, so I'm going to go with the Big Show. Or Paul White.
Okay.
Or the Giant. Or whatever you want to call him.
Paul White. All right, all right there. What do you think, Joe?
Paul White has no chance. That's why I think, what is his name? The Gun Club?
The Gun Club, yeah.
Tandem him. Yeah, because they know he's a wasted guy right there. So, they would have given someone to QT Marshall than Paul White. I don't know why Paul White is fighting also. It's just going to be an embarrassing fight. It's just going to be an embarrassing match. That is what I'm expecting to see tomorrow with these two. But I gotta go with QT Marshall. Simple as that. No offense, man. No offense, guys. Don't take me wrong. But, we better tell you the truth. That's the fact. It's gonna be a worked up match. It's gonna be a boring match. And, Paul White is not gonna be the same Paul White that we used to know. But, let's wait for the unexpected. So I'm gonna go with QT Marshall.
Okay. So I have no idea. Like, Travis, I don't even understand. I mean, I get that they're, that these guys come over there and they're like, oh, hey, they told me I couldn't do this anymore, but I really want a 28th chance at breaking something in my body permanently where I'm completely crippled and handicapped for, more so than I already am for the rest of my life. Like, as in I want to be in a rascal or something. And so I don't understand it myself. Like, I get you have your glory days, but there comes a point in time when it's like, let other people have that. Stop taking away from young talent. As in QT Marshall. Like, is this really going to help him? Is this really going to put him over? Like, the only way it's going to help put him over is if he wins, like Joe says. But he's going to have to, like, be all dirty and underhanded and, and cheat the whole time he's doing it so that he can get the big guy down. But they're going to have to be really careful with him, right? Because, yeah, he's had how many surgeries on his hip? Like, how many? Like, we're at, what, number 8 or 6 or whatever they were talking about? And how bad his knees are and everything else. I don't know. I just don't know. This is so stupid. Such a dumb match. It gives me a headache.
Just pick somebody.
Oh, God. Who would they do? So they're probably going to make Paul White win. I'm going to go with Paul White. Even though I don't think he should. But that's who I'm done. That's it. All right, Joe. People in your chat, what are they saying? I'm sure they're wanting Paul to win.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Wolfpack. Hello, guys. Of course, nice to meet you all. Welcome, Wolfpack, of course, to the team. Thomas right this, of course, Wolfpack. Welcome. Gregor Jones says, Joe, what's up? It's like, nice to meet you, too. Nice to meet you, Wolfpack. And, of course, right there says, I wonder if CM Punk is heel or face. By the way, what do you guys think about that, Wrestling Up? Is he a heel or a face?
Who is it again? I'm sorry.
CM Punk.
I think he's
He's
just
an
kind of an
uber
in-between.
face.
Yeah, at this point, I think he's a... Oh, look at
He came
I'm a
down
big
last
fan.
night. If you watched Rampage, he came down and helped Darby and Sting, like, or Darby, you know.
Because it's kind of weird. Because Darby Allin is also
and it's
face,
fine. They're
so it's face
right.
face
Yeah,
to face.
that's exactly what we have. We have two popular guys going at it, and they're both super popular. And they're both baby faces.
It makes me want to throw
So
up.
basically, they're going to shake each other's hand before the match. They're going to shake each other's hand after the match. After CM Punk wins that match, he's going to shake Darby Allin's hand, probably stand him up, hug him, and then raise his hand, and they'll do this big old ceremony at the end. But we're not there yet, so let's keep
That's true. So Brandon Johnson says he's going to go with Paul White winning. Messiah says, of course, well, it's Paul White winning. Thomas says, of course, I got Paul White. Gregor says Paul White. James like, Paul White most likely. Of course, if Billy Goon doesn't, of course, interfere. Right, of course, Wolfpack says, I believe in CM Punk. James, of course, true, but we believe in Paul. We?
Who's we? Joe's like, I'm not we.
Who's we? Who's we? Anthony Manzano says, like, Joe, how do you think, of course, AEW, of course, books the debate of Bray Wyatt at All Out, of course, pay-per-view? He's already signed. Signed with AEW? What I know is that Bray Wyatt is going to Impact Wrestling. I don't know about, AEW. I just know he's going to Impact Wrestling. That is what I've had. So I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Thomas said, of course, Paul White has, of course, what? 4 hands? Okay. Anthony Mazama says hi, guys.
Good to
hi,
see you.
guys.
Hello.
Say hi, guys. And of course, right here, Thomas says Anthony Manzano Bray can't sign with anyone until October 29th. Thomas like, Punk is giving lots of love to the crowd, so he's a face at the moment. And of course, right there, James Willer says, of course, whether if you're a nature boy, a monster among men, undisputed or inspirational, your destination may be unknown. It might be worth letting out, of course, the secret, but it is worth if you say yes. Okay. Lazy to write my name. You're lazy to write your name and you wrote a whole lazy thing there? Are you serious? Okay, this is crazy. How can you be lazy to write your name and you write lazy to write your name? Does it make sense? Okay, anyways, welcome. How you doing? Salute. Welcome to the stream. Back to your wrestling, guys.
That's awesome. So Ravi asked who's Miro. Okay, Ravi, have you ever watched Rusev in WWE?
Rusev Day.
Remember Rusev Day? He was the Bulgarian brute in WWE. That's Miro. He's actually over in AEW now after he was released a long time ago, actually. Almost a year now or so.
Oh, it's been over that.
2 years or so. He kind of took a big break, and then we saw him in AEW. It was actually pretty cool. Anyways, we have Ricky Glow in the chat. Hey, Ricky Glow saying MJF wins. Eric Travis is in the chat. Eric says Eddie Kingston wins, and then Mox music hits. And be happy for him, and then Swerve Mox turns on Eddie like an Sammy and Owens thing. We have James Wheeler in the chat. Hi, James. Sorry I didn't quite get to your message before you retracted it. Ravi says QT Marshall is going to be the winner. Eric says Paul White can't compete, and then he is replaced by Mark Henry versus QT Marshall, and then Henry wins this. Oh my goodness, guys.
On.
I know you guys love these old men, but
The Hall
give them a
of
break.
Pain is back in session.
He did write his contract that he would wrestle some, but come on. All right, Janelle says Paul White get the victory. Paul White win, of course. Ravi says, as long as they're making money, they don't care. Right. And
That's true.
that's a very true statement there, Ravi. And Ravi also says, do you and Darby fight? He's probably going to be on the main event, so we'll talk about that later. All right, that's it on my end. I don't see anybody else new in there talking about anything. If I missed you, please just repeat your stuff, and I will say it. Okay, so next on the list that I'm going to go over, I'm going to talk about is the Jon Moxley versus Satoshi Kojima. So, Joe, who do you think's going to win on this?
Come on, man. Come on. Jon Moxley, of course.
What?
The lunatic guy. We miss him, man. We need him, of course, to get a victory here tonight. He needs to win.
Yeah, they'll definitely have the Japanese guy do very well.
Oh, yeah.
But Jon Moxley's going to come out ahead. There'll probably be a lot of blood in this match.
I think so too.
Yeah, this is Tony Khan's show. He won't let Satoshi
right?
win. He won't let that happen.
I have to agree. Although Jon Moxley does a really good job of putting people over, and he's worked a lot with those New Japan guys, because I'm thinking that's where he's probably from, is the New Japan stuff. I don't know the Satoshi Kojima.
He's a legend.
I understood kind of a little bit about that when they kind of talked about it, but I've never seen him in anything else, but I guess he's really good. So I'm going to give that they're going to have Jon Moxley win, too. So that's my guess. All right, Joe, in your chat, who you got? What are they talking about?
Anthony Mazzano says, Gab, if Phoenix and, of course, Pentagontano Neville at the pay-per-view to join, of course, Andrade and Chavo, who do you think, of course, AEW brings in to replace them in the Death Triangle? That's a question for you guys.
I don't know. I don't think they're going to... They just wouldn't do a Death Triangle anymore, would be my...
Yeah, Pac would just be on his own, which he's actually a singles wrestler anyway, so it's just kind of weird that he's with a group. The other two are tag teams, guys, and so it's just kind of weird that they are. So if Andrade actually does get him to come over to his little grouping, and he'll have his own little, sanction or fraction or faction, that's the word I'm looking for, faction. Pac will just go off on his own. He's always done it. There's nothing different about that, and he'll just, have his fights wherever he goes. And at some point, what happens is, even though that may happen, those guys may actually just kind of slowly, come back over to Pac's side because of whatever Andrade does, or doesn't let him wrestle, or doesn't use him right, or he insults him. Who knows? Right. That kind of stuff.
Or the three of them could be the Death Triangle.
Yeah,
Andrade just inserts himself.
Right.
But anyway.
So, that's, just what it is. But, that's our thoughts. Anybody else saying who they think's going to win on that match, Joe?
Yes. Okay. I think Anthony forgot to say QT Marshall's going to win, so he's going to go with QT Marshall for the win, for the one with people missed. Lazy Guy, the person, of course, says Paul will win. Okay. Thomas I got Moxley to win this match. Anthony Mazur says Moxley wins. Lazy says Moxley. Brandon says John Moxley. Jamie says Moxley wins. So literally everybody is going for
right,
Moxley.
And that's pretty much in our chat too. Janelle is in our chat saying John Moxley gets the win, and Eric says Mox wins. So we do have a lot of people saying the same thing. Eric saying Pac and Andrade canceled. Weird, but anyways, I don't know who Andrade is going to face. Okay, so the reason why the Pac and Andrade was canceled is because of unicorn sprinkles, as we call it on our show, or coronavirus out there in the whole wide world. But that match is actually going to happen
next
Friday on Rampage. So if you want to see that match, the match is happening. It just got postponed, and it's not on the actual pay-per-view. So there you go. Kiwi Lollipops in the chat and says, delete this face made me spat out my Hennessy. Sweet. I don't know what face I made. I am glad that it made you spit out your Hennessy, though, because that was so funny.
It's awesome that you're drinking Hennessy at noon.
Okay, now, Kiwi Lollipop might be in another country, and it's dinner time there.
That's true.
Joe would probably be like, I'm drinking a Hennessy. What are you talking about? Having me a Guinness with my food.
Man.
I'm not sure, what kind of malt beverages or beers that, is popular in your area, but for all we know, Joe might be like, you know what, later.
Well, we man, in Kenya, people are basically vodka guys and whiskey people. So.
Oh, good deal. Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. So nobody drinks a lot of malt. Nobody drinks beer and stuff like that, huh?
Beer, we kind of say beer is for old peeps. When you come to Kenya, it's for the old peeps. The beer is for the old peeps. But, for the young guys, it's always whiskey, vodka. They always
is there a lot of fights?
Stuff. Yeah.
They're all laid back. They're like, no, it's
we don't have that, man. We don't have that. Maybe in the villages.
Yeah, I feel
yes, in the villages, yes. But,
guys
in the towns,
all hopped up on
people are civilized.
Whiskey. That's not going to end right.
Well, I drink my vodka straight. Oh, Jesus. Guys are hardcore. That's too funny. All right. Okay, so let's see. I was just wondering if anybody else. Okay, nobody else saying anything real quick. All right, so we're going to go over the most of the other championship matches now. So I'm going to talk about the Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander. Britt Baker, DMD, of course, is the champion. This is for the AEW Women's title. And Travis, who do you think is going to win?
Well, let's give Statlander a little bit of credit here, right? She's number 1 ranked. She's doing awesome. She did very well last night. 2-on-1.
Mm-hmm.
She is the one that they've been pushing. She's the chosen one.
Yes.
All that being said,
she's still gonna
don't underestimate the champion. Britt Baker is the shiznit right now.
Yes.
I almost feel bad for Britt Baker because all these new
champion.
women are coming in, and if they sign any more, it's gonna just she can't have a stronghold on the title when they want to push all these other women.
Yeah.
And so I feel like she's going to be a victim of circumstance and lose her title. But if you think about it, WWE right now, and I don't like to compare the two, they probably couldn't find 20 women to have a battle royal.
Hell no, they couldn't.
From their main roster.
Oh, no.
They would have to pull girls up from NXT.
Mm-hmm.
AEW has it. They have like a very deep women's division. Now, granted, they probably just hire them, rent to own.
It's fully packed.
Yeah, and you do not see them on the main show. Like, if you just watch the shows, like, on TV, you won't see as many. But if you watch their dark episodes, they have multiple women's matches on there and on the heels stuff that they do. So they are very deep into making sure that their women's roster actually is good.
Right.
Which is nice.
I used to think that, NXT had the best women's roster, but a lot of those women have now
graduated
They've all moved on. With Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair and now Toni Storm, those girls, they've all kind of moved. So I'm starting to see AEW might have the better women's division even over WWE, although WWE has the better talent at the top.
Yes.
But after you go 4 or 5 deep, there's a huge drop.
Yeah,
But anyways, we don't need to keep comparing that. Britt just can't hold on to the title forever with all this talent.
But for
tonight or tomorrow night, she is winning.
Okay.
She's moving on.
Yep. Okay, Joe, who do you think?
I'm gonna go with the DMD, baby. Absolutely, she's retaining her title. But this might be a 5-star match of the evening if I'm not wrong, because trust you me, these two ladies are gonna bring the house down. Expect that. Expect these two ladies to bring the house down.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be a very good match between them. Chris Statlander is really good. And so is Britt when it comes to, depending on who she's working with. But she has, you can tell that she's been putting a lot more effort into her training. And she's gotten better, and being a champion does fit her. So I'm actually going to say that I would like to see Chris Statlander be pushed more and have other chances at the championship later on, I guess you could say. I think this is a good thing to kind of put her in the spotlight again, because she was there and then she got hurt.
Yes.
And so it really kind of stamped her career a little bit and kind of put it on hold. And I think this is a good thing to just kind of push her back up to the front forethought of people's minds and saying, hey, look, she's here. And I kind of like the fact that Britt does kind of stand on her own, and she's kind of making her own little faction with Rebel, and now she's got Jamie Hayter with her a little bit, and things like that. And Chris Statlander, when she came back, she didn't come back by herself. She kind of started hanging out with Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends and stuff like that. So she kind of has a little bit of a backing in that area and everything, and I think that's good that she has that, but she still stands on her own. But I'm going to say that this time around, Britt Baker is going to keep the title. I don't think they're going to take it off of her for this particular pay-per-view. No. But it's going to be good. So, Joe, in your chat, what are people saying who they got?
I can see right here. Thomas says Britt Baker for the win. Brandon says, of course, Britt Baker, DMD for the win. Boss is in the building, says, what's up? Hey, Boss, how you doing? Lazy says, of course, Britt Baker for the win. And, of course, right there, Anthony Manzano says Chris Statlander wins. Anthony says, of course, Christian has Kenny's number. So I think, of course, Christian Cage will reach there, Anthony. Relax, we'll reach there. James Riley says, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. For the win. James says, of course, but I'll give, of course, a Statlander a grain of salt. Okay.
All right. We've got Robbie saying that Baker will win. Janelle Jackson saying Britt Baker wins. He doesn't see Chris Statlander getting it right now, which, you know, a lot of us are looking at it the same way. Robbie says that. And Danny Barron's in our chat. Hey, Danny. We have Elijah Washington also. Danny saying Wrestling Dad Britt Baker wins. I don't see Chris winning this. They make Britt hot like she a female Roman.
She is a
and she has kind of used, you know, kind of some aspects. Mostly she's used kind of the Stone Cold thing. What was that she did?
Well, she just said that she's going to be more popular than Stone Cold. Yeah. He is 316 and she is DMD.
She did throw that out there like a few weeks ago, maybe about 4 weeks ago or so, when she kind of just became champion, or before she became champion, but it was around that time that she threw that out there. So it's kind of funny, and she has made the DMD very, very popular. And if anybody really wonders, she actually is a dentist, by the way. Like, she actually is a dentist. She actually went to school and became a dentist. She has a practice and everything else. So, and all the other people out there know she's dating Adam Cole. Elijah Washington says, hey, Wrestling Guy, Chris is going to win this by Rebel costing her. Oh, wow. Okay. There you go. So you think that Rebel's going to make it so that Britt Baker loses, huh? Interesting. Okay.
Do you see now my point, Travis? Yes. Do you see my point now is coming through?
Something you guys talked about earlier. I have no idea what's going on. All right, so let's go on with the matches. Nobody else in our chat. Well, I guess we have Alex Radford. Alex Radford's in our chat. Hey, Alex, saying Britt Baker wins, and then Diona music hits, and then Camilla comes out with all three belt women stare at each other, and Miro wins, and then Angel comes out to face off with Miro.
Okay.
Cool.
I see what he's doing there.
I see it too. You guys like the drama. Everybody likes the drama, I've noticed. So much drama. Okay. So, I really don't think that this one's going to be a very highlighted match, but it's a championship. But I'm saving the other two for last. Alright, so we're going to talk about the Kenny Omega, who is the champion, versus Christian Cage. Kenny Omega, of course, is the AEW heavyweight title winner or champion right now. And Joe, on this, who do you think is going to win?
Kenny Omega is going to retain. He's going to take it. He's going to take it back. He's going to retain. Just say that.
Christian,
Christian already beat him once. There was a little help from his friends, right? It wasn't his friends. It was the Young Bucks. Came down, they threw in a chair, and it ended up costing Omega. That's not happening again. They're not repeating that mistake. Yeah. Kenny Omega is the best in the world. Christian's good. There's a big difference. And then when the lights are on, it's pay-per-view time. Kenny Omega's going to shine. Christian's going to look good.
Right.
Omega wins, yeah.
Okay. I have to agree. They're going to keep the championship on Kenny Omega. Just because right now, and the fact that Christian Cage did take the other championship from him, I think it should culminate and end this little bit of a feud that they're having, and someone else needs to kind of come in and take the place again against Kenny Omega, whoever that may or may not be. But Christian Cage, I mean, if they're going to be doing this Impact thing a lot, at some point Christian Cage needs to lose the Impact title at Impact. So if he's going to be doing that, he's going to have to kind of shift over there for a while, so that
do some storylines.
He's going to have to do some storylines so it can build up something for somebody to win. Now I know that the guy that was the top guy is still there. He did sign another contract. Moose is somebody over there that a lot of people really like for him to win that Impact title. But you have to end what's going on with Kenny Omega and Christian in order for that to happen.
Right. Or anybody else to win the title.
It just has to.
Doesn't have to be Moose.
And I think with that, that it kind of brings Kenny Omega back to where he should be instead of outsourcing himself to all these other places. And I really feel that it's more of a detriment to his character that they have done what they did with him. It kind of made, and I get maybe they wanted to because he's a heel and everybody now can hate him even more, but I really started disliking him as a wrestler when they went around and took all the titles from everywhere else, and then he's like, look at me, I won all the titles, and I have this dumbass from Impact hanging out with me, and I'm just sick and tired of seeing the Good Brothers. I'm like, go back to fucking Impact where you fucking belong. Like, why are you even here? Like, get the fuck out. Go back where you belong and have tag matches with people over there instead of over here being fucking Kenny Omega's henchmen. Because that's all they do.
Right, but they're the elite. That's what they do, the Bucks.
And Carl Anderson can keep on crying about
WWE. Right. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, oh my God, seriously, like, just go away. All right. Anyways, I'm done with my soapbox. All right, Joe. On your side, what are people saying in your chat of who's gonna win?
I can see comments are coming through. There we go. Brandon Joseph says, of course, Rebel costing, of course, Britt Baker. That's hitting below the belt there. Someone says, of course, I don't think AEW will close the gap until, of course, they get into more storylines instead of just mentioning WWE stars all the time. Brandon Joseph, of course, says Grandma Omega for the win. And Thomas writes, of course, Christian Cage for the win. Normal Guy says, of course, is Andrade wrestling a mystery guy? No,
Andrade is not wrestling tomorrow.
Andrade, is wrestling next week on AEW Rampage against Pac. So it was booked for next week on AEW Rampage. Lazy Guy says, I'm supporting, of course, my boy Christian, but, of course, my mind says Kenny is winning. Anthony Mazzano says, Gab, I disagree with you guys. Christian is, of course, in Kenny's head and has, of course, his number. And I think, of course, Don Callis, we call him Grandpa Callis, will cost Kenny the title. Wow. Brandy Joseph, of course, she's dropping, of course, the F-bomb again.
Always.
Emoji.
Never said it was a family-friendly show. Never. Not once. Not once with the potty mouth have I ever said, that's a family-friendly show. Anyways, we do have...
Eddie Pereira right there says, do you think that Daniel Bryan is Oro? That's a question you guys need to answer. And last small mega thing says, I'm going, of course, for Kenny Omega to win. So back to you guys.
All right. So I mean, there's all these rumors that Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, you know, even kind of, I don't think they're going to do it. They're in CM Punk's hometown of Chicago. There is no reason for them to bring Daniel Bryan out. Absolutely not.
They can get more buys.
Even if he's signed with them and shit like that, it just seems so... It would be dumb on their part. It really would. They're trying to pump CM Punk up and be all like, oh look, he's back and blah 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 and all that stuff, and everybody loves him and all that stuff. So I just don't really feel like they're going to throw Daniel Bryan out there yet. They're going to do it when CM Punk isn't there. Like, CM Punk is only going to be doing so many showings in his contract and so many matches. So, you know, at some point, yeah, they'll have him kind of like fade away for a minute, and then they'll be like, oh look, and now we have Daniel Bryan, you know. I mean, and all you guys can be yes chanting and all your fun stuff. So yeah, not garbage. Anyways, so in our chat we've got, that's my answer to the question. I'm not sure what Travis would say, but
we'll get to that during the main event.
Anyways, so we have Janelle Jackson saying Kenny Omega gets the win because you have to finish with him and then have Hangman come out. So, so he wants Kenny Omega to win, finish with him, so that Cage can move on, and then Hangman can maybe kind of have another go. Which, you know, I like Hangman as a champion; he'd be okay. Derek K is in the chat saying, "Hey, Wrestling Gab, Britt wins because she's a DMD." So yeah, that's a great reason why.
Or she does it.
Yeah. Chris Pauly is in the chat. Hey, Chris, saying Omega wins this by Jungle Boy hits Cage by accident because of one of the Bucks. Okay, and then Cage comes out mad face, but not mad. Then he tells Jungle Boy to come, and then Cage turns to Jungle Boy with a low blow. Okay. Megan Flint says, I got Kenny Omega to retain. Awesome. We have Matthew Brown's in the chat. Hey, Matthew. Says Omega wins the belt, and then the Bucks beat down Cage, and then Jurassic Express comes out and beat down the Bucks, and then the Bullet Club music hits, and Omega acts frustrated. Well, he always acts frustrated no matter what. I think he needs to go back to his clean sweep women and have them help him out.
Nobody knows what we're talking about.
Right.
Clean sweep is a broom on Harry Potter, and Kenny Omega used to come out with these women, and they had their brooms, and so we called it the clean sweep.
Okay, anyways, I'm not sure what the broom gimmick was, but that was his tool of choice. A broom wrapped in barbed wire was his thing. So, anyways, but that's everybody in our chat for that particular matchup. All right, moving on. Okay, so we'll talk about next. We have 2 matches left, and this is the second to last one. So the one we're going to talk about is the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers. And of course, the Young Bucks are the AEW Tag Team Champions. And this is for the AEW Tag Team titles. And it is a steel cage match. A little bit of background for everybody. So what happened on Rampage? No. Dynamite? Was it Wednesday?
I don't know where you're going.
That the cage came down and they beat the crap out of the Lucha Brothers. Was it Dynamite?
Yes.
Okay. So on Dynamite, the Young Bucks and the Elite guys came out and they kind of made the cage come down and they beat the crap out of the Lucha Brothers. So it's kind of like, okay, well, they got their asses handed to them, and now what's going to happen kind of thing. So, Travis, what do you think on this? Since you are looking forward to this.
This is the match of the night. This is the 5-star. This is the creme de la creme. This is it. This is what I'm looking most forward to. 2 years ago, these teams were in a ladder match with each other.
It was a really good
one. The greatest tag team match I've ever seen, hands down. I can say there's a couple that are close, but not really.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. Now we get them in a steel cage. I am so freaking excited. Young Bucks are my favorite tag team in all of wrestling. The Lucha Bros, if not my second favorite tag team, they're my favorite tag team in all of wrestling. And they're wrestling each other. I'm super excited. I'm like a little kid again with this. This gets me just jazzed up, turned on, whatever you want to call it. And I don't want to pick a winner.
Right.
But I'm going to have to. And it's so hard, so I'm going to just stay with the Young Bucks.
Okay.
Just because I like them just a hair more. But, the Lucha Bros are fire.
They are. They are really good. All right, so Travis is going with the Young Bucks to retain their titles. All right, Joe, what do you think?
I'm tired of the Young Bucks, man. I need some new tag team champs. Come on, we need the Lucha Bros. I'm tired of the Young Bucks, man. They upset me every single night. They come out with the titles. They absolutely... Okay, let's say, there's a way you can make the titles look great, but in some case, he's booking themselves to win. Yes, we know they're in control. They're booking themselves to win, but this time around, come on, man. They need to lose. They need to lose. They need to lose.
Right.
All right, so Joe is definitely going with the Lucha Brothers.
When are we going to get to see another next pay-per-view of AEW? I don't know. After how many months now? 2 months?
December will be the next one, but yeah.
It's still a long time on that one for next pay-per-view.
Yeah,
so definitely,
a few months.
Man, the Lucha Bros are picking this.
It's definitely a few months. So I'm actually going to go down Joe's little trail. I'm actually going to go with the Lucha Brothers, too.
I'm just going with the Bucks because I like them the best.
Okay, I understand why you're going with them. This is what I'm thinking. So, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if this question was ever answered. Are the Good Brothers still the Impact Tag Team title winners?
Good Brothers.
Yeah, are they still the Impact champions?
Yes, they are.
I think what's going to happen is that the Bucks are going to lose to the Lucha Brothers, and then they're going to turn on the Good Brothers and take the Impact titles from them, and then they'll have to go to Impact to lose them. Not like permanently,
absolutely.
But go over there and have to like play over in their playground for a while, right? And so the Elite kind of like has like a little meltdown, and then Omega will be on his own with Don Callis, and he'll be like, I don't understand what's happening, you know, and then he'll have his mental breakdown and then lose his championship at some point. So that's just my hopefulness, I guess you could say. I'm throwing out there some crazy booking stuff there. But that's what I'm going to say.
That would be absolutely interesting. I would love to see that, by the way. That's really interesting. That's
well, because, you know, they're all talking about the Forbidden Door and stuff like that. And the Impact guys we see a lot over on AEW, but I don't watch Impact, Joe, so do you see a lot of some of the AEW guys over there in Impact?
Yeah, we got Rich Swann and Willie Mack. Wow. We've got who else? The VBD, Violent by Design. There's a couple of teams that definitely, you know, they're after the good boys.
Okay.
So.
All right. I would just think it would be kind of funny if, you know, they're over there in AEW, like, farting around, and then they lose their titles in AEW to the Young Bucks, and the Young Bucks have to go over to Impact to lose their titles to somebody else. It would just be funny. But I'm sure that won't happen, but anyways. All right, Joe, I made my pick. How about your people in your chat? What are they saying?
Yes, just coming in through to the chat. My goodness, there we go. Mega Flynn says, of course, I'm going for Britt Baker to retain. Brownie Joseph, of course, says, the what? Brownie Joseph, of course, says Lucha Bros for the win. Thomas says Lucha Bros for the win. Anthony right there says Lucha Bros for the win. Lazy right there says Lucha Bros for the win. I hope, of course, it will be a 5-star match. Eddie Press, of course, I'm going, of course, for the Lucha Bros because the Young Bucks are overrated. And, of course, right there, Anthony Manzano says, of course, panel, I think, of course, AW waits to debate, of course, Daniel Bryan, when they do, of course, a show in Seattle, because, of course, remember, he's from Abaddon. Is it Abaddon or Abaddon? And that's, of course,
he's from Aberdeen.
Kind of a suburb of Seattle.
Aberdeen. You had it. You were close. Aberdeen, yeah. Right? Aberdeen, yep. Washington.
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. Orlando Lee says, of course, Lucha Bros for the win. And I'm back. Welcome back, Orlando Lee. Mega Flint, of course, says Lucha Bros. Anthony Mazzano says yes. Edwin Press, of course, nobody wants, of course, to see Grandpa Callis in Impact Wrestling. Right? Yes, right. Brandon Joseph says, of course, Edwin Pereira, no chance. There you go. Everybody on Jodo Best goes with what I'm saying. Lucha Bros. Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody Lucha Bros. Correct.
Yeah. I'm all by myself.
Awesome. No, you're not. All right. So, anyways, Robbie says the Loser Brothers will get cooked. So he's saying he's basically going with the Young Bucks are going to win because he's saying the Lucha Brothers are going to get cooked, meaning that they will lose very badly. So Janelle Jackson's going with the Lucha Brothers win the tag team titles. And Robbie's saying, D, Travis, you better be right about this match. Why? Do you have money on it? Are you betting yourself or something? I just want to make sure. Sorry, I have to give Robbie shit. Matthew Brown says Lucha Bros will win the belt by the help of Andrade and Chavo. Bob Williams is in our chat saying the Bucks to win because I like them. They make you hate them, and I love it.
They do their job. That's their job.
Right?
Wow.
It is.
Wow.
As Robbie says, Aberdeen, Washington. Yes, Aberdeen, Washington. And Maj says, this is how I see it. The Bucks win. Then 2, Rey Fenix do something to injure himself by Bucks pile driver Phoenix onto the cage, and then the guy to help him, and then Penta fight for his brother, and Penta wins. Good storytelling.
Okay.
There you go. All right, you guys are awesome with your storytelling. I love it. Okay, so that's it for our chat. That's all it's talking about. So for the final and what we're going to predict as the main event for this all-out pay-per-view.
It's either going to be the main event or the first one of the night.
One or the other, right? Is CM Punk versus Darby Allin with Sting. There's no stipulations or anything like this. It's just a straight-up match. They're both basically baby faces and love each other as much as possible. So, Joe, who do you think is going to win this?
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk is back after how many years?
7.
And he's going to be wrestling an incredible dude, an absolutely entertaining guy, an absolutely amazing flying. The guy that risked, of course, his body inside the ring. Wow. First of all, CM Punk will be so slow in his match. Guys, sorry if anybody gets offended with this, but CM Punk won't be the same as he was before. He's going to be a little bit of lagging too much, slow a little bit in this match. But I don't know. My mind tells me Darby Allin is going to pick up the victory. Just CM Punk building up Darby Allin. For Darby Allin maybe to be the future AEW World Heavyweight Champion. You never know, but my mind tells me that. Like, Darby Allin is going to get built up perfectly with CM Punk. So, Darby Allin for the win, for me.
Wow. Wow. I mean, that's bold.
That's a courageous.
Signing CM Punk, he hasn't been in the ring for 7 years. There's going to be plenty of ring rust. Darby Allin is good. He's great, I guess, for some. He's with Sting, so they're already pushing him with Sting. And now they're pushing him with
CM Punk.
The greatest, right? The greatest wrestler in the world. So he's getting all the backing no matter what, whether he wins or loses. I feel like it's going to be close. I feel like it's going to be tight. I feel like CM Punk is going to win. CM Punk is going to congratulate him, like I said. He's going to raise his hand. He's going to point at him. He's going to get the crowd all jacked up. Daniel Bryan's music hits. That's when Daniel Bryan comes out as a heel. And that starts the feud with either Darby Allin, now with Daniel Bryan. Now they can push him another direction. Or with Punk, and then they can push those two with each other and headline going forward. But that's where I'm at.
That's your
I don't know if AEW is going to Washington anytime soon. I don't know their schedule or anything, but maybe they have a Washington trip coming up in the next month. That would scramble my plans. I don't have their calendar, so I don't know. But if they're not going to Washington, then they can't debut him in his home state. And that's why this pay-per-view would be fantastic if they're going to do it on a big shave.
Wait a second. Let me just cut you off. Is AEW All Out
in
Chicago?
It is.
I said that at the beginning. Did you not hear me? I said that earlier.
Wow. My bad. Sorry. My bad. Because when he mentioned Washington, I was like, oh, it is going to be in Chicago.
Yeah.
So, okay. CM Punk is
are you changing your pick? Tell me now.
CM Punk will be lagging
he's
two
changing
matches.
his pick.
Are you changing your pick then, Joe? Okay.
Yes, CM Punk. If
it is in Chicago.
Punk loses, there were riots.
Happened. It's happened. There's going to be plenty of riots tonight or tomorrow night. Chicago's going to burn to the ground. It's going to be the third city. So do you know why they call Chicago the second city, Joe? Yeah, why they call it the second city? It's called the second city because there was a big fire. I think it was at the end of the 1800s, like 1880s or 1890. There was a huge,
like 1902.
There was a huge fire in Chicago, and it basically burnt it down. So they had to almost tear the whole city down, and then they built the city that we know of, Chicago, on top of the ashes of the old one, and that's why it's called the second city. It's not an insult, because a lot of people say, well, that's an insult because New York is the first city, and it's not. It has nothing to do with that. It was about a fire. But after tomorrow night, if Darby wins and they burn the city down, we'll have to have a third city.
They'll have to rebuild.
Wow. So it seems like Chicago is really known
yes.
for riots.
Well, that one wasn't a riot. I don't know how that one started.
I don't
Probably
remember.
a goat herder.
It was that. Wasn't it like a molasses? Or was that different?
I don't know. I somebody can Google that one up. I don't know how the fire started. I probably should come with a little bit more information. I just know there was a huge fire, burnt the city down, they rebuilt it, and that's why it's the second city. But after tomorrow, it's going to be the third city.
So who are you going for then? So you're going with Darby. Is that who you're going for, hon? Is that why you're saying?
No, I'm going for CM Punk. I said if he loses, they're burning the city down.
Well,
they might burn it down anyways. They won championships in the 90s with Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. They burnt the city down anyways. They flipped over cars. They won championships. They flipped over cars. They started downtown when the Cubs won the World Series. fires all over the city. They will burn it down whether their guys win or lose. They know how to party.
Wow.
That is Chicago.
Okay, so it was called the Great Chicago Fire. So we can continue just real quick. The Great Chicago Fire happened in 1871.
I said 1880. So.
Yeah. So it was a conflagration that burned in the American city of Chicago during October 8th through the 10th, so it burnt for 2 days. It killed approximately 300 people, destroyed roughly 3.3 square miles of the city, and left more than 100,000 residents homeless. The fire began in a neighborhood southwest of the city center. A long period of hot, dry, windy conditions and the wooden construction prevalent in the city led to it. The fire leapt the south branch of the Chicago River and destroyed much of central Chicago, and then leapt to the main branch of the river, consuming the near north side. So it burnt for 2 whole days and just basically burnt most of the city
wiped it
to
out.
the ground.
They didn't have fire engines back then, so.
That's the great
they were
Chicago fire.
bucketing in water.
Yeah.
But anyways.
The Great Chicago Fire. All right. So I'm going to actually go. I hate this man, but I don't like the other one either. So I'm going to say that yes, they're probably going to have CM Punk win because I mean, after all, they are in Chicago, and yes, there will be riots if he don't, and there's going to be riots even if he does. I don't know why anybody thinks that because if he loses, there'll be riots. He's going to win, and they're going to go apeshit bonkers. All right, so that's me, and that's done. And in your chat, Joe, what do you have going on?
Brandon Johnson says CM Punk for the win. Thomas says he got Darby Allin for the win. Orlando Lisa, of course, CM Punk. He is my favorite wrestler. Anthony Mazzano says Darby wins, knowing, of course, the type of a guy CM Punk is. Will want, of course, to put, of course, over the younger talent, the younger guy, and, of course, lose the match. Even though he's, of course, in his hometown, Joe. Eddie Press, of course, says I'm good, of course, for CM Punk win, of course, the match. Until Daniel Bryan makes, of course, a surprise event at AEW All Out, of course, to attack CM Punk and Tan Hill. Orlando Lee says, of course, really, Joe? I changed it. Don't worry, Orlando. I changed it, bro. Lazy guys, of course, CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. Orlando says, CM Punk, really, Joe? Lazy says, of course, if CM Punk doesn't win, we will, of course, riot and sue AEW. Thomas, of course, they already, of course, had the big celebration for Punk in Chicago, so Punk will lose. Wow. Brownie just says, keep it clean. Of course, like Anthony Manzano says, the fire was started by a cow kicking, of course, down an oil lamp.
There you go, okay. Damn cow. I hope they slaughtered it. Just kidding. All right.
Hold on a second. So, Joe, I have a question for whoever that was in your chat that said that CM Punk is a good person and he will put over Darby Allin. I don't know who that was. But my question to... so, Anthony, I have one question for you or anybody else that says that same thing. If he doesn't, if Punk wins, does that change your perception of Punk's character? So if Punk wins, do you think less of him? Okay, now we can go.
Because he didn't put somebody over. All right, so Maj says, oh boy, CM Punk wins. Robbie says, Darby for the win. Come on, don't get it twisted. Darby's with Sting will be killer. CM Punk ain't got it anymore. Janelle says he's going with Darby Allin too. Luke Bridge says Darby wins this, and then all hell going to break loose in Chicago. AEW chose like a comedy show or WCW again with trash throwing. You want to bet some money? LOL.
Oh yeah, there'll be garbage in the middle of the ring if Darby wins.
Darby will probably get death threats, guys. Coffin drops might be real. Adam Brad is in the chat. Adam says, Darby wins this by Sting. Get Darby the bet to win. Darby turn heel. What? And then face Bryan come out, and then we got a tag match soon. Bryan and Punk versus Darby and the man they called Sting. All right. Robbie's like, throwing some shade slightly, and with the trivia, of course. Justin Taylor's in our chat, too. Justin says, Darby wins. I just don't care about Punk anymore. Happy he lived his life. I just don't care about him or this match. There's nothing exciting storyline-wise, but it's going to be good.
That's bold.
We do have Roberto in our chat here. Roberto says, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you, Roberto. Robbie says, Darby has more pace, and it will be able to get him with his high flyingness. All right, so the problem I have with that, Robbie, is that Darby likes to be beat up a lot through the first part of the whole match. He hardly ever has any kind of offense. He gets beat up and 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 beat up, and then he has one move and then he's done.
He stuns the guy, does a coffin drop, and pins him. Is he going to be able to pull that off with Punk? Probably not, would be my guess.
But that's, I mean, that's just what I've noticed with Darby. That's why I kind of don't really like him as a wrestler. He's like a victim, but then so CM Punk, they're both victims, so I guess maybe they'll get along great. All right, Joe, anybody in your chat give an answer to Travis's question?
Yes, Anthony Mazzano says, no, it doesn't change my perception of CM Punk. Remember what he said, of course, when he debuted on AEW Rampage, that he, of course, he came here to put over, of course, the young talent.
I watched that. I did hear that.
Cody Rhodes did say the same thing, so, I mean...
You can put somebody over... by
and
winning.
Still win.
You can put somebody over and win the match.
Mm-hmm.
You just let them.
Yeah, by giving them
right.
Sort of
they perform so well against you, and somehow you win. They're still over.
Yeah. Yep, that's true. I mean, that is
the only way to bury somebody is to embarrass them, to beat them so clean and so one-sided that that it did nothing for them, which WWE likes to do. They do that quite often.
They do.
Very rarely do you see it in AEW TV, but you do see it in AEW. They do it every once in a while, like Lee Johnson or whatever. They do it to him all the time.
Right.
I feel bad. He's their only jobber they have on the roster.
Or they have like a couple people that made their debuts and they lost like really quickly, but later on because they lost to a higher up wrestler. But then when you see them come back, they kind of wrestle on their own level, and then they start working their way up.
Right.
So they may get embarrassed at first, but they're putting over basically means like, hey, you came over. Yes. We'll debut you with somebody who's popular, so they know your name in the household.
Absolute Ricky Stark.
And then start from the bottom.
Absolute Ricky Stark showed up, had a hell of a match with Cody, lost.
Yeah.
Then signed a contract, and now he's the FTW champion, right?
Yeah.
Going up against Brian Cage.
He's like the main person you see in his little group.
It's a big deal. Now. I love Absolute Ricky Stark now, and it was because he didn't win right out of the gate. I don't like when guys come in from out of nowhere and start winning. It kind of bugs me a little bit. It rubs me the wrong way, and I don't know if other wrestling fans are that way, but that's how I am.
I guess it would depend on if you know them or not. Like if they're a known wrestler and they know them and seen them in other stuff or something, or they're a really popular wrestler that maybe, was let go from WWE and they're young enough they come over and they're still like a big household name or something. Maybe not, but I don't know. Anyways, any more on your side, Joe?
My side is good. My side today was chilled up. They were chilled.
Awesome. Yeah, we don't have a lot of anything else in ours. Robbie's just saying that Darby is the man to you. What you chatting about? Well, Robbie, I'm sorry that you were so in love with Darby Allin that you want to be in his coffin with him. Okay? I just can't help that, dude. You're going to have to figure that out. Write him a fan letter. Okay. Anyways, that's it on our side. We don't have anybody else kind of chatting away in there. But that's all for today. There's no more matches. Again, this is for the All Out pay-per-view predictions that's happening tomorrow at 7 p.m. or 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
What a fantastic show. Again, Joe, you are amazing.
Yes.
I appreciate you so much. We have so much fun doing this.
Yeah. And anybody in our chat... Yeah, and anybody in our chat, if you don't know, Joe the Best Wrestling TV, he does a lot more, and not just the ones that we kind of do, but he actually does more wrestling.
He does NXT,
watch-alongs and stuff like that.
He does New Japan every once in a while.
Yeah, please go over to his channel and subscribe. He also does some boxing,
MMA, he does it all.
Stuff.
He's always on.
He's always busy. Always. But please go over to his channel and subscribe.
NXT UK.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he did that the other day.
Yes.
Like, he literally is busy. He's constantly working. He's constantly grinding. Give him some respect. Join his super chat thing. He's got, like, a thing where you can join him and, like, be a partner or whatever. It's amazing. He's got different pay plays.
Stuff.
Yeah, membership things. Fantastic. Make sure you support him. He's fantastic.
Yes.
Hard worker.
Yes.
Nobody works harder on YouTube.
That I know of. But, yeah, so.
Wow. I was kind of shying off right there, of course, with all that kind of, all the good talks and sweet talks from Wrestling Gap. Anyway, man, you know, we are family as usual right here. Like I said, Wrestling Gap. I don't know if you guys call yourselves community in your channel, but for us, we say we don't call ourselves community. We call ourselves family. So as long as you're a wrestling fan, you're part of course, you're part of the family. And there we go. I want to say thank you so much one more time, man. You know, meeting up with Wrestling Gap, doing what we do best every single time for predictions. It actually enlightens me, you know, makes me happy, excited every single time. And I also love seeing them growing. Like I say, guys, if you're part of Joe the Best, go subscribe to Wrestling Gap, man. Show some love. And don't just subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you get, of course, also notified anytime they're going live. Because sometimes, you know, I can be away. You need, of course, to be there to watch and enjoy the streams. And also, you know, we can share those views. You can go there, sneak in, come in, sneak in. You know, that's good.
Take the conversation also back and forth.
Yep.
You can be the messengers.
Yes. Exactly. Very true. All right. Well, thanks to everybody in our chat and all of our subscribers who hung out with us today. We appreciate each and every one of you all the time, every time. And like Joe says, yes, in ours, it is family. We do have people that come in and immediately they say, hi, family. And that's exactly what it's like, because most of the time I may only know you by your screen name, but you know, you guys do share personal things in your lives. And I try to remember quite a few of those just so it makes it a little more personal on your guys' end, and we do share parts of our lives too. So you guys make us who we are, and we really appreciate that a lot. Absolutely. And thank you, Joe, very much for helping us out with these predictions. It is fun and amazing each and every time.
All right, I want to say good night, good morning, good afternoon, depending on your time zone, wherever you come from, wherever you are. Joe the Best is signing out. See you Sunday for AEW All Out.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab.